Last time we took our storyboards and we finally drew our story to make a full page of manga, which was so exciting. The one thing I did not talk to you about was titling. Make sure that when you create a title, it is something that is really exciting to you and something that you think perfectly captures the whole spirit of your manga. Over the spring break, I did want to give you a few skills if you wanted to continue your manga in bookmaking. So here's an example of a book process that you can do that is so simple and so fun, putting all these pages together. Now, obviously, these are a darker page for a lighter marker or pen or chalky material. I'm going to show you now on lighter paper. You could either do this with white paper or light paper to draw your comics directly on with pen or pencil. To get started, you will fold every piece of paper that you have. Right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 pages. This I'm going to put aside for the cover. You could keep a page to the side and we'll get back to it later. So folding each one in half the longer way. If you wanted to make a smaller book or a book with a certain height, that's fine too. They just all need to be the same size. I was really careful to make sure that all corners lined up so that our book will be nice and crisp. One of these folded pages, you are going to cut a little bit differently than all the others. And when I say cut, you're going to make a very, very teeny tiny piece. So leaving about 2 inches on top and about 2 inches on bottom, you are only going to cut one page just like this. A nice slit is what you're going to do. So you're going to fold it in half, and then along this slit, you are going to very carefully take a scissors and cut the teeniest sliver, that means the tiniest little piece of paper off. You don't want to make a huge hole, but you want to make a very, very skinny hole so that when you open it, it'll be like this. Okay? That's the only page we are cutting like that. The rest of the pages are actually going to be opposite. So feeding one paper inside the other. They should be all stacked up like this and folded in half. So that's one way to make a book, is like going like this and stapling it. But what's different about ours is that you can feed it through, so it's a little bit more sturdy. And how that's going to be different is after these folded papers are all together like this, instead of leaving 2 inches at the top, 2 inches at the bottom, you are going to do the opposite with all the rest of these papers. That means taking our marker, making a line right down the middle, or pencil. This actually would probably be better with pencil. Measuring 2 inches at top and 2 inches at the bottom. And that's what you're cutting. So instead of the slit, 2 and 2. And I use markers so that you can see. You can use pencil. Very nice and careful, making sure you stay on the line. After you are done with that, you will very carefully fold it a long way like this. So not the short way, not going over, but going this way. Keep it all together. Carefully without ripping your slot further. You're going to fit it in gently. and then very carefully open it up. Now the slit of the top should match, and the slit here bottom should match until it all fits into one. It's maybe going to take a little bit of organizing. Maybe you need to make some adjustments. Make sure that it holds neatly. Any papers that are maybe above the rest, so I see the pink sticking out a little bit here. You can find that page and kind of put it back in its place, making sure that it's nice and strong. Check all of your pages, make sure they're to your liking and the height that you need it to be. If it's not, you can put it back in its spot. You can always open it and give it a little wiggle. And then once it's pretty aligned, you have your book. Something else that you could do to make it more sturdy is adding tape along this edge here. You can take your final paper that we put to the side, fold it in half. Really good job using a ruler. That line nice and crisp. So you can also add a cover, taking the paper that we put to the side and folding it in half. There's a few ways that you can make this bind right here a little bit more stronger. And a couple ways you could do this is putting a paper and stapling along the edges. Or you could take a glue stick. I don't happen to have one. Just doing X in the middle, all around the sides. And then again to the back, X in the middle, all around the sides. And then hold it down stiffly and rub. Flip it over, hold it down stiffly and rub. And then when you open, you'll have your book. Because I enjoy doing manga with you so much, when we get back from break, I'm going to do another manga series with you all, but this one will be a very popular subject in manga, superheroes. In these tutorials, I will go over superpowers, how to show them, and a lot of different action poses, so stay tuned. Thank you.